Let's be real, if you visit India and don't get diarrhea, then did you even really visit? That's the brutal truth nobody likes to say out loud. Delhi belly isn't just a funny phrase, it's practically the country's most reliable tourist attraction. Forget the Taj Mahal, forget Bollywood dancing in the streets. If you land in Delhi, spend a few days exploring, and then suddenly find yourself sprinting to the nearest questionable toilet or hole in the ground, then congratulations, you just had the most authentic experience possible. But how did it get this bad? Why is food poisoning basically built into the Indian tourism package? And why does every YouTuber or Instagram influencer who proudly bites into a fried samosa or a scrumptious curry from a street cart end up posting a bathroom selfie 2 days later? Today, we're diving into the messy truth about Delhi belly, Indian street food, and the hygiene nightmare nobody really wants to talk about. Now, for starters, let's quickly explain what Delhi belly is. The name was born from travelers, especially Western content creators, going to India, trying the street food, and then immediately regretting life choices within 24 hours. It's a nice way of saying violent diarrhea caused by unsanitary food and drink. It doesn't matter if you're some adventurous backpacker or a millionaire influencer. If you eat the wrong thing in India, you're going down. And spoiler alert, the wrong thing could literally be anything. Take Larry Wheels, the famous powerlifter and fitness influencer. This is a guy who lifts insane amounts of weight, has a body made of pure muscle, and still, when he went to India to try the food, he openly admitted he was worried about Delhi belly. If a man with abs like bricks is scared of a dirty samosa, what chance do the rest of us have? And it's not paranoia. The food hygiene in India is frankly disastrous. Street vendors don't follow health and safety regulations because, well, most of the time those regulations don't even exist. It's not like in the West where restaurants must make a whole new meal if the chef sneezes near the salad. In India, food vendors can, and often do, reuse the same cooking oil until it turns black, bitter, and basically toxic. You'll see them frying snacks in oil that looks like motor grease, and people still line up for it. Then there's the water. Oh boy, the water. In many parts of India, the tap water isn't safe to drink. And yet that same water is used to wash vegetables, make ice, or dilute drinks. Tourists sipping on a refreshing lime soda are often sipping on water that may have passed through pipes contaminated with, you guessed it, raw sewage. If you've ever wondered why Delhi belly spreads so fast, that's your answer. Bacteria, parasites, and viruses all chilling together in your lemonade. And don't think it's just about street vendors. Even some nice restaurants cut corners. Poor hygiene among workers is another massive issue. Workers often handle food without gloves, without washing their hands, sometimes right after touching money, garbage, or who knows what else. The average Western kitchen runs on obsessive cleanliness, bleach, hand sanitizer, hair nets. The average Indian food stall, a rag that's been used since 2005 and probably hasn't been washed once. Oh, and this rag also doubles as a sweat wiper for the chef. So it's no wonder then that Indian locals seem to have immune systems built like tanks. When you grow up drinking contaminated water, eating food prepared in questionable conditions, and surviving regular stomach bugs, your body just adapts. For locals, a dodgy meal might just mean a mild stomach ache. For outsiders, it's 3 days locked in the bathroom praying to every god known to mankind. Honestly, if Indians competed in an Olympic sport for digestive strength, they'd win gold every single time. It makes sense why so many of them practice public defecation. They have to go there and then. But here's where things get funny. There's now a whole wave of YouTubers who literally travel to India just to eat street food for content. You've probably seen the videos, eating $1 curry in Delhi, or trying spicy street food in Mumbai. They sit down, surrounded by buzzing flies, take a big bite, pretend to love it, and then 2 days later go missing from social media because they're recovering from, you guessed it, Delhi belly. At this point, it's basically the unofficial trademark of Indian cuisine. The thumbnail should just say, "Watch me eat this, and then watch me regret it later." And look, let's be fair here. India's street food culture is vibrant. It's cheap, it's diverse, and it's tied to the daily lives of millions of people. but the complete lack of care when it comes to hygiene is what makes it dangerous. Food carts often sit next to open drains filled with garbage and sewage. Flies land on everything. Vendors sometimes use dirty cloths to wipe plates and cutlery, and customers, they don't seem to complain. Why? Because this is normal. This is just how things are done. But normal doesn't mean safe. The World Health Organization has repeatedly warned about India's sanitation crisis. Contaminated water is one of the leading causes of illness in the country, and it kills thousands every year. Studies have shown that nearly 40% of food samples tested from Indian street vendors fail basic safety standards. Think about that. Almost half of the food sold fails hygiene tests, yet it's still being consumed daily by millions. And the causes? It boils down to three things: lack of education, lack of enforcement, and lack of care. Many street vendors don't actually understand how bacteria spreads or why you can't keep reusing oil indefinitely. Health inspections are rare and inconsistent, so there's no real punishment for ignoring basic hygiene. And let's be honest, when you're trying to survive and feed your family, food safety takes a back seat to simply selling something quickly and cheaply. But let's not let the government off the hook. India's sanitation infrastructure is weak, and enforcement of health codes is practically non-existent. Imagine running a food stall in London, New York, or Tokyo with sewage water running right next to your cooking station. Authorities would shut it down in 5 minutes. In India, it's just another Tuesday. So how can this be fixed? The solutions aren't rocket science. Clean water access needs to be prioritized, especially in urban areas. Vendors need basic education about food safety, things as simple as washing hands, using clean water, and not reusing oil endlessly. Governments need to actually enforce regulations rather than looking the other way, and customers themselves need to start demanding cleaner, safer food instead of accepting the status quo. Because here's the thing, India is proud of its cuisine, and rightfully so. Indian food is loved around the world. But that reputation is constantly being undermined by the horror stories of Delhi Belly. Tourists shouldn't have to pack Imodium and antibiotics just to enjoy a vacation meal. Influencers shouldn't have to risk their health for a YouTube video. And locals shouldn't have to rely on superhuman immune systems just to get through lunch. Until change happens, though, the reality remains the same. If you're eating food on the streets of Delhi, you're rolling the dice. Maybe you'll be fine. Maybe you'll spend the night learning just how creative your digestive system can get. Either way, Delhi Belly isn't just a possibility. It's practically a guarantee. So, the next time you watch a travel vlogger proudly biting into a pani puri with a big grin, just remember, the real video starts after the camera turns off.